By the time the haggard trader docked at the floating markets of Etheron 9, the air was thick with ozone and anticipation. My daughter Lyra spotted his rust-colored freighter before I did, her silver eyes gleaming with that telltale spark, curiosity mixed with just a hint of mischief. She yanked my sleeve. "Papa, that ship has Zenthian markings. You know what that means." I raised a brow. "It means the pilot probably deals in things no one should be dealing in." "Exactly," she grinned. I should have turned back right then. But as always, I underestimated her resolve. The trader, an ancient man with more circuitry than skin, opened his cargo bay with a dramatic hiss. Inside were cages, some screeching, some glowing, some humming melodies from long-forgotten star systems. But it was the backmost enclosure that caught Lyra's attention. It wasn't glowing or growling. It was silent. And then it spoke. "Ooh." Yes, the girl. With the reckless eyes. "Let me out." Lyra froze. "Papa," she whispered. "It talks." The cage held a boy, maybe 14, with tattered clothing and strange markings running down his arms. His hair was ash blonde, his skin slightly iridescent. Not human, not quite alien either. And when he stood, there was something disconcertingly powerful about him, like a caged comet. "I'm not a pet," he said calmly. "I'm the rightful heir to the Sindarian lineage. Last, only. And I need your help." The trader barked out a laugh. "Ignore that one. Got scooped up from a wreck near the dead trench. Keep spinning tales. Weird tech inside too, probably military grade. But you want a real pet, little lady." He gestured to a blue-furred reptilian that juggled fire orbs. But Lyra was already unlocking the cage. Before I could stop her, the boy stepped out. "Thank you," he said to her. Then to me. "I'll explain everything. But we need to leave. Now." Act 1. A stranger among us. Back at our dome home on the lower spires of Skirich City, I demanded answers. The boy, who called himself Kale, sat cross-legged on the floor, completely unbothered by the laser blaster I kept trained on him. "I was bred, not born," he explained. Sindarian was a covert project. Genetic memory fusion, neural reinforcement, quantum reflex layering. I wasn't supposed to live past 10. But I did. Lyra, sitting beside him, listened with rapt attention. "They made us to win wars humanity couldn't. But the project collapsed. Everyone involved either fled, died, or turned on each other. I escaped." I narrowed my eyes. "If you're military tech, then someone's looking for you." "Not someone," Kale corrected. "Everyone." Sure enough, that night, the city's warning sirens wailed. An unmarked black drop pod slammed into the outer fields, followed by a small strike force. Too organized for mercs. Too silent for regular soldiers. I knew then we weren't hiding Kale. We were harboring a weapon. Act 2, the hunt begins. For the next 3 weeks we ran. Skirich was no longer safe. We boarded a black market cruiser posing as a diplomatic transport and headed toward the edge systems. Lyra treated it like an adventure. Kale taught her how to override lock sequences, how to fight using leverage over strength, and how to sense electromagnetic signatures. The two bonded like siblings, or perhaps something deeper. But I watched Kale carefully. I wasn't convinced he was just a child. Not with the way he dismantled drones mid-flight, or hacked military-grade encryption in under a minute. One night, in the engine room of our cruiser, I confronted him. "What's your endgame, Kale?" He looked at me, not like a boy, but like a commander addressing a lieutenant. "I need to find the Sindarian vault. It holds the Echo key." "Which does what?" It activates a failsafe, one that erases every trace of my kind from existence, including me. Blinked. Why would you want that? Because we were a mistake, he said quietly. I've seen what happens when my siblings fall into the wrong hands. If they find them. If they reactivate the network. He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't have to. Act 3, the vault. The coordinates led us to an abandoned starforge orbiting a collapsed neutron core. Time warped in jagged pulses, and light behaved erratically. The perfect place to hide something no one should ever find. Inside the forge was a tomb. Giant mech shells littered the halls, old war machines gutted from the inside. Kale walked among them like a ghost among old friends. We reached the vault, an obsidian chamber pulsing with green veins of living circuitry. It responded to Kale's touch, reshaping and unfolding. Then came the sound we feared most, dropships. They'd found us. Dozens of them. Too many to count. Kale turned to me. Get Lyra out of here. Now. I grabbed her hand. She resisted. I'm not leaving him. He's not coming with us, I snapped. Kale smiled sadly. This is where I was always meant to end. As we retreated, Lyra screamed. She fought me, clawed at my arms. You can't let him die, Papa. He's not a weapon. He's just a kid. But deep down I wasn't sure. Not entirely. Act 4. Echo Protocol. Through the screen of our evac pod, I watched the forge erupt in silent implosion. Not a fiery explosion, but a flicker, like a candle being snuffed. A ripple of light passed through space, and then stillness. No trace of Kale. No pursuing ships. Nothing. Back home, Lyra wouldn't speak to me for weeks. And then one day she found something in her room. A shard of black crystal, humming softly. He's alive, she whispered. I wanted to deny it. But something inside me knew the truth. The Sindarian protocol hadn't ended. It had just begun. 5. The return. 5 years passed. Lyra grew. Stronger. Martyr. The girl who once bought a pet at a floating market was now a resistance strategist fighting against the rising autocracies of the inner systems. And always in the back of her mind, Kale. Then one night, while transmitting rebel intel from an encrypted relay station, the signal was hijacked. Voice spoke. I'm here. And I need your help. It was him. Oh, alive. But different. The next day he appeared in person. Taller. Sharper. His skin now threaded with glowing circuits. But his eyes, still the same flickering ash silver. I didn't die, he explained. The vault didn't destroy me. It absorbed me. Got me. No. I am the echo key. He turned to Lyra. And they're coming. The others. My siblings. Sleeper units. Awakened. She didn't hesitate. Then let's stop them. Final act. Legacy. In the final battle above Eridani 4, we fought not against aliens nor soldiers, but children forged into weapons. Each one a mirror of what Kale might have become. And as the flagship fell, as the sky burned, I watched Kale stand in the breach, shielding Lyra with his body. He was no longer just a science project. No longer just a weapon. He was family. Later, when the dust settled, Kale disappeared again. But he left behind a message, encoded in Lyra's neural drive. Daughter, it read using my voice. You wanted a new pet, but this one talks, fights, and claims he's the key to everything. And maybe he was.